You know, it's said that the best times of our lives are spent with family and friends. All the work we've done falls away when what we hold on to are those times we just get together with the ones we love. Stories and laughter flow. Well, that's why we named this latest Country's Family Reunion Gettin' Together. Because when we get together with our favorite country music legends, just like our own families, the stories and the laughter just comes pouring out. Oh, and we sing some great songs too. Hosted by Whisperin' Bill Anderson and featuring several new country music legends who wanted to get together with us. Once again, we capture precious memories you'll enjoy for years to come. So why not sit a spell and listen in on Country's Family Reunion, Gettin' Together.
Always fun to get together with old, special, and dear friends, but it's fun to welcome new folks here to our family reunions. We got a good-looking, good-singing husband and wife team here for the first time today, Joey and Rory. Great to have y'all.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Joey, you're by far the better-looking one of the two.
Well, thank you, Bill.
I had Mo Bandy move his chair over a little bit so I could see his hat was blocking you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about you guys, how you got together and what's that, because you've had records in the charts ever since you teamed up. You're just doing great.
Well, it's so funny. We really weren't supposed to ever be singing together. We've been married for 9 years, but about 3 years ago, we went on this TV show for looking for duets. And it wasn't until 3 years ago that we started singing together. I came to Nashville to be a singer, and Rory's always been a songwriter here, having some success writing hit songs for other artists. But it wasn't until then, that the TV show, that we started singing together. And then from that, we've just kind of taken on this new lifestyle and career and being able to go and perform and play on the Opry. And it's just been an amazing journey.
Is it really your cooking that attracted Rory? Because I hear you're a fabulous cook. And actually, you and your family, you have a little restaurant, don't you?
I do. I have a restaurant with Rory's sister, Marcy, called Marcy Joe's. And it's a little breakfast and meat and three little venture that we have down in the Chapel Hill area, Tennessee.
And you're inviting us all down to eat.
Yes, we're having lunch after a while. And we'll finish you off.
Rory, the first time I ever met you, you had a hat on that said Harlan Howard across the front of it. Was he your hero as a songwriter?
He was. When I came to town in '95, I came to write songs. And I met him at Sunset Grill one afternoon, and we just sat and visited for about 3 hours, and he pointed and said, I got an office right across the road here, and he said, maybe you'd come play me some songs sometime. And of course, he had been drinking a little bit. He may not have meant it, but I showed up the next day. So he ended up signing me to my first publishing deal, and I wrote for him for 5 years, and he was a big influence on me. I still miss him.
What are some of the songs you've written that we would know, that recorded by other people? I know you're still very, even though you got your career going here, you're still very active as a songwriter.
Joey says I'm still paying the bills while we're out here singing. I wrote Some Beach with Paul Overstreet that Blake Shelton had out, and Clay Walker's Chain of Love, and a bunch of different things. And then this year, while we've been on the road, luckily, me and a couple of buddies wrote I'm a Little More Country Than That young guy named Easton wrote.
Love that.
Good song.
Speaking of I'm a little more country than that, at one time you had a little sign, a little sticker sign or something across the top of your guitar that said, "We miss country music." The last time I saw you at the Opry, that wasn't there.
Well,
It was a different guitar.
yeah, but we still have that guitar, but what's funny is we're, like a lot of the folks here probably, I know country music, and we know it's thriving and doing really well, but not the kind we like. And we miss some of the traditional stuff, and in particular, like Don was talking about, telling stories and lyrics and all of that stuff, humility, those kind of things that used to be around all the time. And so we miss it, and we had written that on the guitar, and I think it upset some of the other country singers today because they really do, they really believe that they're country just like the rest of us, and so we've softened it now. You'll notice it says we love country music now. So it's a little bit softer, and it's still important to us. We truly, truly love it, and it's an honor to be here with y'all.
They got one of the coolest buses. Y'all still have it, old bus?
We do.
Tell them what year.
It's a 1955.
Mm-hmm. Well, we bought this old bus, and we gutted it. And when we started having to go on the road, we decided to gut it. It's a 1955 old GM bus, and we gutted the inside and made it look like our farmhouse on the inside. So it has a little table and our church pew and full kitchen area. And we traveled in that for the first year. And I tell you what, it was some of the funnest times, but some of the roughest rides. We could only run, it had 3 air conditioning units on the top, but you could only run 2 at a time, and you couldn't make coffee while the air conditioners were going because it would blow a fuse.
My favorite thing was on their marquee, they had their names that looked like a 5th grader painted.
That was me.
Are there any male, female, boy, girl, whatever duets that you've tried to pattern yourselves after? Any other husband and wife teams or anything like that? Who influences somebody like you guys?
Well, for me growing up, my influence was my mother, and she's an incredible singer. And then there was Dolly, and then there was Patty, and there was Emmy Lou. And today, though, I think looking at the past married couples, there weren't a whole lot of them, but I think the biggest love that happened that we model ourselves after is Johnny and June, because there was an extremely passionate relationship that they had, and they had it, and they never lost it, and they died together that way. And so that's...
You could have done a whole lot worse than patterning yourselves after them. How about coming up here and doing a little country harmony for us? Joey and Rory.
I'm ready, babe. Not planning our day around the TV set, paying our bills and staying out of debt. That's important to me. That's important to me. And opening the windows and letting in air, holding hands when we're saying a prayer. That's important to me. Yeah, that's important to me. Having somebody to share my life, and loving my husband and being a wife, and the very best mother I can be. That's important to me. And telling the truth and being real, feeding my family a home-cooked meal. That's important to me. That's important to me. And planting the garden and watching it grow, and keeping it country on the radio. That's important to me.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's important to me. Always having you to hold, and being beside you when we grow old. And they plant us 'neath that big oak tree, believing our dreams will take us somewhere, still being ourselves if we ever get there. That's important to me. That's important to me. Yeah, that's important to me. That's important to me.
Joey and Rory, did you write that?
We wrote that together with a buddy of ours.
Yeah. Well, are you going to be the songwriter in the fact now? Has he taught you to write? Are you working on writing at all?
I work on it a little bit. I'm not near what he is. That's why I fell in love with him, because he wrote so many beautiful songs and told so many good stories in them.
Are you going to write most of the things that you guys record, or what's your plan?
Well, we don't really have a plan. We just we tend to write about the things in our lives that are around us and things we want to say, but it's important that we don't write everything that we record, mostly because, like you, I'm a songwriter, and if people only wrote the songs that if they only recorded the songs that they wrote, then I would never be able to make a living. So we always want to record outside songs and look for them. Plus, a lot of times there are people out there that write better songs than we do, and we want to record those.
You still working in the restaurant?
I am.
Do you-
I'll
do you
be there
really?
tomorrow working.
What time's it open? I know all the fellers would like to go down there and have
Neil McCoy, we're glad you came back. You were here for the first time the last time. Yes, good to see you again. I did not know until I passed a lady in the hall a while ago. She had a book that you've written. I was not aware that you had written a book.
Well, she wrote hers. I had a ghostwriter write mine. But I talked her through it and all that. But it's just kind of an inspirational thing. I had found this song about 5 or 6 years ago, when you're looking for stuff, and it's called A New Mountain to Climb. And I fell in love with it and never had the right opportunity to release it or do anything with it. And then talked to some people out of Oklahoma, talked to me about writing a book. Want to know if I wrote one, what to write it on. And so I just said, I told them about that, and it's just about people I've met in my travels and some people we've helped with my wife and I's foundation down in East Texas, children stuff, about people I've met who've inspired me. And that's what the book's about, and the song is downloaded in the back.
Are you in that book, Mo?
No, I ain't in it. Are you?
Yeah, Mo.
No.
Yeah, you in it, Johnny. That's the thing. You ain't ready. You in it.
Well, thanks for
Y'all
pointing
see
out
what you
I'm not
inspired
in
me
it.
to do.
He didn't have your number.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my number. That
That's
was
right.
it.
Okay, so now that we've
you
piqued
ask him, was
everybody's
I in there?
curiosity, where can they order the book or where can they find it?
At the Amazon.com and regular old places like that.
And it's called
A New Mountain to Climb.
A New Mountain to Climb by
Yes.
Neil McCoy,
Yes, sir.
and it's an inspirational type.
It's kind of, yes, sir. Or you can go, neilmccoy.com.
Great. You know what, Bill? I don't go to a lot of shows. When I go home, I live in Branson. Went to the doctor about 15 years ago and tested positive for Branson. So I live there. And normally when I come home, I like to relax. I play golf, go fishing. But I went to see this guy 3 times now. Got one of the best shows. And you walk in his
Absolutely.
show
One of the best
smiling and you
entertainers
leave
alive.
grinning big.
Well, thank
I
you.
got a bunch of stretch marks on my face just from laughing at him.
Bill, I went on the Wrangler show tour years ago, and I emceed all the shows all over the United States. And we came to Billy Bob's in Fort Worth, and he won the contest.
That
And
wasn't
Neil-
but 28 years ago or something.
that
Him
was-
and Johnny Rodriguez is the only 2 guys that still got the same pair of pants they wore back in 1978, and they still fit.
He ain't gained a pound.
He wears a size 12, 36.
Hey, Bill, not the very first time I remember, we met up at that festival or something up in South.
Odag up in
In North
Rhineland.
Yeah, we did that, but we just knew each other 5 or 10 minutes. The next time we did down at the powwow down in southeastern Oklahoma, not far from Idabel, where my grandmother was.
The big Choctaw
was born.
thing.
Yeah, us and Kenny was there that day. So Neil was and we had palled around a little bit backstage and just kind of gotten to know each other. Sweet guy, great spirit. And this disc jockey went out to introduce him. And he said, well, here's Neil McCoy. And he walked
That was
off.
kind of my reaction, too.
Yeah.
Jerk.
And he was walking off. He had a microphone. I said, you stay right here. Well, I went up and said, give me that microphone. I said, folks, this is a really nice young man and wonderful. That was the worst introduction. He just said, well, folks, here's Neil. That was it.
Yeah, that was the chief, actually.
Well, I don't care
No,
what
it
it
wasn't.
was.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was.
If it had been the chief after what I did,
Yeah, that's exactly.
So I went out here and made up some stuff. I mean, I knew he was great, but I didn't really know that much about him, and gave him an introduction that he should have had. Well, he walked out and he said, Houston, boys, do it now. And instead of doing his opener, he did ours. That quick, never missed a beat, and went out and did everything you can do for an audience. One of the best entertainers I have ever seen
Well,
on
golly.
any stage. And that is the God's truth.
Well, thank you, Larry.
So here he is, Neil McCoy.
Wow, these got a lot.
I want to back that up, too, because we work the same theater in Branson, and he is the #1 entertainer in Branson. And he's got the nerve that nobody in the business has got, Roy. I mean, he's
We do talk a lot of trash.
He will tell. He'll open with a ballad.
Yeah.
He will, and he'll tell the folks. Now after the show, I'm going to come out and sign your autographs. I don't want to, but I'm going to sign them.
If y'all want to buy some of that crap, we got a lot of crap out there.
That's what he said, yeah. And he says, don't talk to me either.
Yeah. People talk too long. When you're in an autograph line, they'll come up. I don't care. I tell them sometimes, I tell them, I don't care how many times I've seen you. I don't care about your grandkids. I don't care. When you go through the line, I'll sign something, but keep the line moving. I ain't got time. I'm tired.
Yeah, he said, I don't want to hear about Aunt Susan.
Fans have almost ruined this whole business. I'm telling you.
I told you. Hey, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? If anybody else done that, they'd be out of the business.
Well, I'm almost out.
No, he's great. He's really, he's
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
He's great.
Because they know he doesn't mean it. They love it. You know, it's self-deprecating humor, you know?
That's right. Oh, let me apologize to my wife a while ago. And her husband, about that long time ago. I've been married almost 31 years, so I was married at the time when I met Linda. So I didn't mean nothing by that. That's just
You got that phone call, didn't you?
Yeah, sure did.
So I guess y'all hugging and kissing back there didn't really mean anything.
Hey, I just said, I just wanted to hug and kiss her so we could act like them. I've never seen a couple. Y'all been married 9 years?
It'll be 9 years.
It'll go away one more year and y'all won't do that. It's about over.
Hey, Neil.
I mean, have you ever seen anybody they just look at each other like...
Oh, she's been playing with her leg all day.
I know it.
Hey, Neil.
It's crazy.
What was that you told me about
Nothing,
divorces
Gene.
being so expensive?
About what now?
Neil told me the reason divorces were so expensive was because they was worth it.
That's right. That's just a little joke, Gene. That's between me and you, buddy. Thanks a lot. I told my wife the other day, I said, you keep on, I'm going to take my 20% and get out. I didn't say that.
All right. We need a song.
Yes, sir.
Here's Neil McCoy.
Great introduction, Bill.
All right, wait, hang on. I'm going to come on, Michelle. Y'all don't mind if she sing. Y'all sing too? Yeah. Michelle, I did Larry's Country Diner not too long ago. And this Jimmy's girlfriend right here, boy. But I told her, she's sitting back there. I said, you gonna sing with me? Oh, no. I said, yeah, oh, yeah, you sing it. You got enough? Yeah.
Hey, Neil.
Mic check. Make hers, you the soft one.
God help me.
Mic check. Oh, that's not bad.
Lord help me.
He's giving her the wooden mic.
Although this ain't no ballad, when we get done, we do want to stand ovation, don't we? I see y'all don't stand on fashion. This was a big hit record for Michelle. I woke up this morning, my head felt dense. I splashed it with water, trying to make it make sense. I stumbled to the kitchen, she was standing at the sink. All she had to do was just to give me that wang. Slam, bam, I'm feeling alright. Troubles take a hike in the blink of an eye. Don't need to psychoanalyze or have a stiff drink. All she's gotta do is just to give me that wang. I'm gonna sing about it and show you how high I can sing. It's her way of saying she's on my side. An unspoken message that works every time. Brain starts smoking, I can't even think. All she's gotta do is just to give me that wang. Slam, bam, I'm feeling alright. Troubles take a hike in the blink of an eye. Don't need to psychoanalyze or have a stiff drink. All she's gotta do is just give me that wang. Last verse, everybody sing. Where's the cue card, Jimmy? Now in this complicated world,
It may sound absurd, but simple little things are the miracle cures. Push to the limit, it's Michael Jackson. And at the brink, all she's gotta do is just to give me that wing. Well, slam, bam, I'm feeling alright. Troubles take a hike in the blink of an eye. Don't need to psychoanalyze or have a stiff drink. All she's gotta do is just to give me that wing. Sing along. Slam, bam, I'm feeling alright. Troubles take a hike in the blink of an eye. Don't need to psychoanalyze or have a stiff drink. All she's gotta do is just give me that last chance. All she's gotta do is just give me that wing.
Look at that. Look what you got.
You also, Larry Butler, produced this lady that I was talking about early on when we first began our little get-together today. Miss Jean Shepherd, the newest member of the Country Music Hall of Fame. Talk about working with Jean in the studio.
Well,
Tell them the first time I met you.
she came walking in the door of my office, and I hadn't been at Capitol very long, you know. And she took one step in my office and stopped, put her hands on her hips, and says, well, I had a guy that didn't know his butt from a hole in the ground produce me. Then I had an alcoholic. Now I got a hippie. so then, this is our first meeting. She said, who's playing on
And
the
he
station?
went and got a haircut.
I did. I went and got a haircut.
Yeah, next time I saw him, he had it real short.
She said, well, who's playing on the session? I said, well, I can't remember who all the players were. I said, I think Bob or whoever. And I said, Pete Drake. She said, what? Pete Drake? I said, yeah. And this is absolutely one of the funniest lines I've ever heard in my life. She said, well, he can make that thing talk, but he can't play steel.
Okay, so what happens? I mean, seriously, at that point, then do you compromise? What do you do?
I will always be grateful to Jean. I'm about to cry. She put her career in my hands, knowing it was my first project as a producer ever. She handed it to me and said, do it. And we had quite a run.
Everything you asked me to do. See, I'm not a bad person.
No.
Name some of the hit songs that you produced on Jean Shepherd.
Well, the biggest was Slipping Away.
You ought to know that one.
And then there was the album, it was Slipping Away, and other Bill Anderson songs.
12 Bill Anderson songs.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
I got a good royalty statement.
You did? I didn't.
Check with Capitol.
But we had so much great music. So many. The other night at the medallion ceremony, it was just amazing. Vince Gill got up and sang one of your songs. Probably not one of your biggest hits.
Well, it was on the charts for 26 weeks.
Oh, was it?
I want to go where no one
I want
knows
to go
me.
where no one knows me.
Yeah.
What a great song, and Vince sang it
I
so
don't know
well.
who wrote it or nothing.
Just so, and then Jean got up and sang her version of Satisfied Mind and tore the crowd apart.
Well, it should.
Just absolutely did. It was all of us that have loved you and cheered for you for a lot of years. We're awfully happy that night.
I thank you. I know that you worked hard for it, and so did Vincey Pooh.
Vincey Pooh?
Vincey Pooh. And Marty Martell.
I got to tell one more. Got to tell one more.
Oh, dear.
I'm leaving Capitol going to Columbia. So I knew who was going to be producing.
Are you a Columbia or you?
Yeah, I went to Columbia first, and from there I went to...
Oh, you got one in on that.
Guy snuck one in. But anyhow, I found out who was going to produce her. So I called the guy. I said, let me tell you something. Be careful with Jean, you know. First of all, don't ever call her Jeannie. It's Jean. I said, if you're going to say something to her, don't say it in front of the entire band and everybody in the world. Go off to the side, you know, whisper in her ear, whatever. I said, she's great to work with, but one of those things like that could get you off in the wrong direction. Well, here's what happened. They're cutting a song, and the word wash was in the song.
Oh, Larry.
It's okay. She's singing away, the band's playing away, And Earl was in the control room. He hit the talk back. Hold it, everybody, hold it, stop. Gene, that's not wash, it's wash. And she looked at him for a second and said, you wash your face, you wash your.
Did you have to tell that?
I'm going to go right on past that. I know you were great friends with Wynn Stewart, and I see on this sheet that you're going to do a Wynn Stewart song.
I
or a
love
song
Wynn Stewart.
that he
He's
made
the most
popular.
underrated artist in our business, and I think Jan Howard will agree to that.
Yeah.
I loved Winnie Pooh.
Yeah.
Anybody I love, I call him Pooh.
Pooh.
Larry.
Larry Pooh?
You know, I think people think I'm a mean person, but I'm just a very straightforward person.
Have you got a book coming out?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well,
It's a tell-all.
Is it a mean book? Or is it just
I just told the truth. And
But did you tell all the truth?
Yeah, well, you're supposed to. If you're going to speak, tell the truth. Don't speak with forked tongue.
Yeah.
What's the name of your book and when will it be out?
Down Through the Years. I was going to call it A Day in the Life of a Country Girl Singer, but it spans more than a day. It's a very truthful book. Some of you's going to say, oh, I don't believe that happened. I got news for them. I was there. And even though it makes me old, I have enjoyed every minute of my career in country music. Wow. And I have worked with I worked with the greatest people in the world. Lefty Frizzell. I love Lefty Frizzell. There's a good story in the book about him. And Marty Robbins, Don Gibson, Ernest Tubb, Roy Acuff. What bothers me, the younger people in the business, and it's not their fault, but they wouldn't know Roy Acuff. He hit him in the hind end with his yo-yo, you know? And this hurts my heart because I love these people. These people made country music, and it really bothers me that some of them will never get their dues. It just makes me want to cry. But I thank the Country Music Hall of Fame for inviting me to join, and I think George Jones even showed up. And he put the medallion on me, and I thanked him. I said, thanks for showing up. But I love him. We go back a long way.
When will your book be out? We're sitting here doing this.
Probably
in
within the next
2011.
3 or 4 months. I've got to change some things in it.
You can't change the truth.
I was going to say,
Oh, I'm not.
it's not
I've
true.
just got to reconstruct some of the stuff, you know.
You actually wrote it yourself? You didn't use a ghostwriter?
No, I just had a lady copy it down by shorthand, you know. And I think it'll be a great book. I
can't wait to read it. I'm sure a lot of the fans will. Do that Wynn Stewart song for us.
Okay, Winnie Pooh, this is for you. Another day, another dollar. Daylight comes, I'm on my way. Another day, another dollar. Working my whole life away. My boss told me I'd be paid weekly. That's exactly how I'm paid. Another day, another dollar. Working my whole life away. Another day, another dollar. Daylight comes, I'm on my way. Another day, another dollar. Working my whole life away. That's country. Thanksgiving. I love them more and more each day. They're the reason I am living and working my whole life away. Another day, another dollar. Daylight comes, I'm on my way. Another day, another dollar. Working my whole life away. Working my whole life away.
Gene Shepherd. Couldn't help but watch the faces of Sharon and Cheryl White and Joy and Linda Davis down there. They were looking at you with the greatest admiration.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
That's because
you
we
set
have
the
the greatest
standard for so many.
admiration.
Well,
We have the greatest admiration for her. And she and all the ladies sitting here today that we admire so much, they welcomed us to the Grand Ole Opry with open arms, and they've always been there, and they've become friends. And what a wonderful thing to get to say that someone you've admired them for so long, sitting in the car listening to the Opry on the radio, and now they're friends of ours. And we love, I said that's the easiest vote I ever did was to vote for her. That was easy.
I want to know one thing, and I think y'all will agree. I walked through the Hall of Fame the other day. For every 50 or 60 men, you got one woman. What's that about?
Well, when you first started in the business,
No,
it was
you're right.
basically you and Kitty Wells. There weren't
some
that
guy
many
said,
women.
"Who was your inspiration?" I said, "Kitty Wells." He said, "Who else?" I said, "Kitty Wells." He said, "Who else?" I said, "Kitty Wells."
Yeah, because there weren't that many to choose from. Maybe a Patsy Montana or
Well,
somebody.
most of them worked with their families, like Johnny and Kitty and Wimley and Stoney and people like that. They worked with brothers and sisters or husbands. Nobody was brave enough to step out there on the...
Not till you came along.
And I hung in there like a hair on a grilled cheese.
Said she busted the door open.
That's cool.
That's quick thing on me.
I had a friend of mine got pulled over one time. His name is Zach. He's a great lawyer up in Knoxville, Tennessee. He was just full of life, loved country music and everything, but he's all the time going over something, you know. And he said this trooper pulled him over one time. He was coming to Nashville. This trooper pulled him over and said, "Can I see your license and registration, please?" He said, "Can I shoot your pistol?" He said the trooper just started dying laughing and said, "Go on."
I recorded this song like going up and down the road when me and Gilly was traveling all the time, and I thought it was cool. It went to #1. The diesel's racing, I passed a way station way back down the road. I'm paying no heed to the limit on speed, I just can't take it slow. I've made 400 miles since 4 a.m. with 300 more to go. And with a little bit of luck, the grace of my truck, tonight I'm gonna make it home. Yeah, I'm rolling lonely, I need you to hold me in your arms tonight. I said some things I didn't mean, I just gotta make it right. 18 wheels are singing out your name, I'm moving like lightning through the pouring rain. Rolling lonely all the way to Memphis tonight. The signs was flashing, cars were passing, the headlights are blinding me. But the tears in your eyes when I said goodbye is all that I could see. Seems like Texas goes on forever, I'm racing uphill against time. I'm doing 78 on this damned interstate, and you're driving me out of my mind. I'm rolling lonely, I need you to hold me in your arms tonight. I said some things I didn't mean, I just gotta make it right. 18 wheels are singing out your name, I'm moving like lightning through the pouring rain, rolling lonely all the way to Memphis tonight. Yeah, I'm rolling lonely, I need you to hold me in your arms tonight. 'Cause I said some things I didn't mean, I just gotta make it right. 18 wheels are singing out your name, I'm moving like lightning through the pouring rain, rolling lonely all the way to Memphis tonight. Lonely, I'm rolling lonely, all the way to Memphis tonight.
Great job, Johnny. Thank you.
Absolutely.
T. Graham, we were talking a little bit a while ago about soulful singing and soul music and that kind of thing, and I mentioned that you are certainly one of the most soulful of all the singers. This song that I've got on the list over here that you're going to do is a pretty soulful song.
Well, thanks. You know, you and I wrote it. Yes, it is.
That song.
Let me tell you about soulful. Last night, I was at a soulful session. I got to sing on this gospel album with Marty Raven and old Cod over here, Jimmy Fortune, and it was soulful. It was fun, wasn't it?
It was fun, buddy.
It was big fun.
I can't wait to hear it back.
Yeah, I can't either. But I got to tell you one thing. This has been a wonderful, wonderful thing for me. It always is. But probably the second best thing that's ever happened to me happened today. The first best is we were doing one of those package shows down in Tampa at the fairgrounds, and I shared a dressing room with little Jimmy. And he had already gone down to change clothes, and when I got off, I went down there, and I walked in, and he was bent over, rooting around in his bag for something, and he had on some maroon bikini underwear. So I got to see that. And then, but the cherry on top of the cake was, I've shared a dressing room with Roy Clark, and he was glorious in his BVDs. And
he's looking in all the wrong places.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. There you go.
Don't bend over.
That's good. You were
I'll
quick.
tell you right now, best thing ever happened to you is your wife, Sheila.
Amen. And she's sitting out there. I know y'all are tired of hearing about it, but she wanted me to tell it for the people watching so they wouldn't think something. I'm not gone Hollywood or anything. I'm just having trouble with my left eye and the left side of my face. So if you hear me sounding like I might be drunk, I ain't.
He ain't.
I promise you I ain't.
We know better.
So
Yeah, we do.
you want me to sing?
Yeah, I do. I really do.
Bill, I really, really like this song. We were talking, you never know where songs are going to come from, and we were talking about girls we knew, women we knew that were very close to us that had been, pardon me, that had been abused one way or another, and it turned into this. And I hope y'all enjoy it. It's called Which Way to Pray. Kick it off back there. Little girl down on her knees, saying, now lay me down to sleep. Lord, bless us with a happy home, and please make Daddy leave me alone. 'Cause the way he kisses her goodnight, she knows that something's just not right. Does she ask for things to be okay? Does she ask for wings to fly away? It's hard for her to know which way to pray. She made it through those troubled years, but she's not through with pain and tears. 'Cause it seems the man she chose has a side that no one knows. Her makeup hides the telltale scars, but not the wounds inside her heart. Does she ask the Lord for strength to stay? Does she ask for help to get away? Sometimes it's hard to know which way to pray. Lord, perhaps our only prayer should simply ask that you be there to give us comfort when we've lost our way. 'Cause sometimes it's hard to know which way to pray. The preacher called and said, come home. I'm afraid your dad is almost gone. Hate in your heart is no way to live. Comes a time when you've got to forgive. Suddenly she was 10 years old. She fought the tears and searched her soul. Should she ask the Lord to ease his pain, or ask for angels to take him away? Sometimes it's hard to know which way to pray. 'Cause life is never black and white. There's so many shades of gray. Oh, sometimes we just don't know which way to pray. Yeah, sometimes we just don't know which way to pray.